All right, all right. Welcome back to another episode. If you are new here, my name's Christian Clay. Thank you for stopping in. What you're looking at to the right of me is a Pulte home. So today we're going to be giving you our thoughts on Pulte as a builder because we help a lot of you all buy new construction here in the state of Florida. And when I look back on our 2024 sales for the first half of the year, Pulte was the second most sold home builder that we've helped people with. So we've done a lot of business with Pulte, and I want this video to come from here, and so we can give you some good insight on where Pulte lines up in this whole new construction realm. So yeah, hit the like button if you're in here. Let's get right into it. Now, something to note, Pulte is the number 3 builder when it comes to units sold in America, right? You have D.R. Horton at number 1, you have Lennar at number 2, and then you have Pulte at number 3. This is, I believe, where things could get a little wacky with Pulte because they're not in the same category as a D.R. Horton or a Lennar, right? Those are entry-level builders, right? Really gearing towards getting people into real estate at affordable price points. So therefore, the finishes aren't going to be, as like, look at the finishes in this home right here, right? Pulte's considered to be a move-up builder in our categories, okay? So, that's where things could get a little washy. Number 3 in units sold in America is a lot of freaking homes, right? So, we're bumping up in the level of build, but we're still, selling a lot of them. The first thing that I'm going to say about Pulte that really catches my eye, that caught my eye the very first time I walked into a Pulte home, I'm a nerd at heart, right? So like my job is to find out the things that you guys might not be looking at, right? When you're looking at the finishes and falling in love with the trimming and stuff, I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the resale. I'm looking at things that need to protect you. And so the very first thing I want to talk about is their warranty process. They do a 10-4-1 warranty, right? So normally a builder, a very traditional warranty process is a 10-1, 10 years structural, 2 years like appliances, plumbing, electrical, and then 1 year is on the craftsmanship or the workmanship of the home. Pulte throws in that extra 4-year water intrusion on their warranty. I don't think they really needed to, right? I don't think they're throwing that in there to, bring people in, but I think it's a good quality addition to the warranty process. We're starting to see more and more builders do this. But from me to you, right, like my job isn't to ooh and ah over a home. My job is to find out what works best for you and then give you the options that are actually the better options, right? And so, if we were to have a comparable to, a 4-bedroom home to a 4-bedroom home, prices, location, and you get an extra 4 years of water intrusion on a home, I'm going to say you need to go that direction, or that's a better direction. You're getting more for that home. So I always thought that was great. I talk about it on all of my videos with Pulte, starting to see more agents pick up on that, which is good. It should be out there that's a quality warranty that they do have. Another thing that I want to say, we're going to kind of check off all of the good with Pulte, is obviously their options, right? Like as you can see, you just get more variety with Pulte. You get better backsplashes. You start to get the gourmet kitchens. You start to get the extended lanais and all, additions to the second floor. And so like, I feel like the options that they do have along with their floor plans, for them to be at the move up price point is, look at this, like you get like side storage on the islands and stuff. So I feel like they do a really, really good job with their options and finishes. And you'll know that when you walk into a Pulte model home, you'll see like, hey, okay, we have variety, especially their single story floor plans. I absolutely love them. They can be really, really nice. Thirdly, I want to talk about is their availability. So being America's number 3 builder, when I say availability, it's like, if you were to be in an area and you didn't like that particular part of town, there's a good chance if you go right across town, maybe 15 minutes away, you're going to have that same floor plan inside of another Pulte community. And I feel like they always work in these 15 to 20 minute bubbles, right? So you'll always have, you'll have a lot of options when I say availability when it comes to finding a floor plan that you like. And that's pretty much the example that I have for you. If you don't like that particular community, you can drive 15 minutes away and you can get the floor plan you like in a different community. Okay. Another thing that's very undervalued, and I think this is where you all are going to get value from getting this good insight here, is they have really good culture and customer service at Pulte, right? I feel like out of the, we did a DR Horton video, we did a Lennar video. Pulte's customer service and their culture inside of their workspace is awesome. I've never met, and we meet a lot of the reps for new home builders. I never met a Pulte rep at a model that was like disappointed in working there or feel like they're using it as a stepping stone. I always felt like they had really good culture. Everybody's wanting to stick around. Everybody's wanting to move up, and they do believe in their process. And so, from my side of things, right, communication when it comes to me representing you, it's good to have a rep that has good communication. Some of you may be able to attest what it's like when we have reps with bad communication, right? It's the worst thing ever. Never had that with Pulte. I've always felt like they've been on top of the ball, very responsive, even with their mortgage branch that they operate from. And then lastly, right, here's another good one here is I feel like they have some of the best promotional rates, right? Like right now, year to date where we're at, Pulte has one of the lowest 30-year fixed mortgage rates that we can find anywhere. I think we just got somebody at 4.29 the other day, which in a market where most people are, look at this closet, very nice. In the market where most people are worried about the interest rates, right? They're like, would you buy right now if you're getting a 6.5% interest rate? Well, good interest rates right now are 5.5s, 5.1s, 4.9s. Pulte has always been able to give these great promotional rates, and these aren't ARMs. They're 30-year fixed rates for 4.29 right now. And obviously, whenever you're watching this, it could be slightly different, but I feel like they've always been on top of one of the better promotional rates. I feel like they can buy them in bulk if they wanted to. That's obviously what it is that they're doing. So, okay, so here we go on to the bad, because it's super easy to talk about the good stuff, especially when you're talking about Pulte. We do really stamp them as a quality builder. I feel like it's so tough for Pulte to find a sweet spot because, once again, they're a move-up builder, right? They're not a luxury builder. They're not an entry-level builder. So to find and plus they're building a lot. So finding the sweet spot is a little more difficult for them to do. What do I mean by that? At times, they could be the best builder in a community full of entry-level builders, right? Sometimes I feel like they just can't read the room, right? And you may be saying to yourself, well, what's wrong with that? Yeah, they're the best builder. I want to buy with them. Well, the price point's going to be slightly higher, and then they're competing with everybody that's just, trying to get into an entry-level home at the time, right? So sometimes they're the best builder. It's too much for the community that they're in. And then other times they are, in some of these more luxe areas or these semi-custom builders, and they're probably not the best builder that's in there, but what's wrong with that? Well, then they have their price points up there like they're luxe with everybody else, right? So reading the room has been a little tough to do, but once again, finding the sweet spot is a lot more difficult to do when you're, America's number 3 builder per volume. So when they do have the sweet spot, they're such an awesome builder for the price point. But sometimes I feel like it's hard to read the room, wherever they're stamping these communities at. They can be, the highest priced in this area, and then they could be overpricing themselves, trying to reach for the moon with the other luxury builders. Okay. Another thing that I really would consider a con with Pulte is when they close out their communities, it's almost like a panic closeout, right? And so some of you may see this okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're panicking and they're getting rid of all of their homes. Well, even 2 years ago, right? When they were trying to leave a community, they'll dump the prices of those homes like it's nobody's business. And really good for our clients that are picking those homes up, but not so good for our clients that are already living in that community, right? Because what does that do for the value of your home? If you're somebody that's already living in this community and Pulte has 5 to 10 more homes left and they're cutting the prices by $80,000, not from a panic sale of I don't think the market's going to do well, because, we're talking 2 years ago when things were great. But I just feel like when they're trying to get out of a community, it's like whatever. It's just let's just get drop everything and go, in a sense. And so I feel like that's always hurt the value of some of the people that are already established in the community. All right. And lastly, as far as the cons of Pulte is, you don't really get that limited edition feel when you buy a Pulte home, right? What do I mean by that? Limited edition is like one of one, one of two, one of 100, right? Like, like there are limitations to the home that you have. Really, really good for the availability that we spoke about, right? Because you can go 15 minutes away and find another model that you like, 15 minutes away and find another one of those models that you like. But then once you buy it and you move in, you feel like you don't have that limited edition because 15 minutes away, there's 20 other models that are just like yours, And so as good of a builder as they are, I feel like once you do move in there, you realize that there's hundreds of people with the same home that you do have, not just in that community, but in other communities around you. And so, if I had to pick a con, that would be one of them for sure. Let's run this back and kind of wrap it up here. So when it comes to, I do want to address, right, because you do see a lot of people online with a lot of negative reviews, and quite frankly, about almost every builder, unless you're doing a custom build, right? Why is that, right? So obviously, the more homes you sell, the more reviews you're going to get, and there's a good chance the bad ones are going to be standing out the most. The reason for that is, if you're buying an $800,000 home, if you're buying a $500,000 home, right? You're expecting good work. You're expecting a nice quality home. And if you do get a nice good quality home with good work done to it, you're not going to go online and brag about that because that's what you expected, right? That's like, me getting a car or a truck and saying, yeah, I put the wood in the back of the bed of my truck. It held up well. Like, no, you're not going to say that online because that's what you expect. That's what you purchased. But if things were to go bad, if you were to find out things wrong with your home, that same person who wouldn't write a good review is going to turn around and write a bad review. So yes. And I'm not backing them up saying stop doing it. Like, whatever bad review they got, they deserve, But the quality of the home is only going to be as good as the construction manager in that community, right? Every community is going to be different. They're going to be hiring and outsourcing jobs per that area. And so for me, like, I always tell our clients, like, let's go scope out some of the homes that are nearing completion. Like, let's get out of the model home and scope out homes that are nearing completion in the community. And let's see where the quality of work is, right? Like, let's see where the standard of the construction manager's finish is like. Are they a lazy person who is going to wait till last minute to get things done? I've seen some things before, even with Pulte. I've seen some things, and I'm just like, where is your standard at, right? Like, you thought I was going to come into this orientation and see this and just, you thought I wasn't going to say anything about it? Like, what? And so to me, I'm like, why wouldn't you get that done before I were to come to this orientation? Sometimes they feel like you're just going to walk past things, or maybe they can skate by some things. Now, there's other times where you come to these orientations or these blue tape walkthroughs, as we like to call it, and things are pristine. And that's what we expect, right? And that's why you have us there, obviously, with you to help you through that process. But yeah, I've seen some good things. I've seen some bad things. All in all, we stamp them as a really quality builder for the price points. And obviously you're going to have options with them in different areas. So with that being said, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's our insight. I mean, there's different communities with different numbers, different levels with Pulte, but I feel like their most entry level builder is a really, really good quality move up, right? From their side. So either way, let me know down in the comments below, like, have you seen Pulte? Have you liked Pulte? Do you live in Pulte? One of my brothers just purchased a Pulte home. He absolutely loves it. So let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are, and we will catch you on the next one.